Round two. I actually woke up this morning at 4:30, same thing as last night, and I was like, okay, should I make a video again at 4:30? And I was like, no, I should probably wait until the morning. And I did. And everything that I was thinking about last night is still in my mind. So I was like, well, damn, I guess we need to make a video. One person liked the last one, so whoever that was, they actually, I think he ended up subscribing too. Welcome. Um, Empty thoughts for the void. I genuinely make this kind of content because it's like me talking to air, and at least I can vent out something. I'm not, again, I never expect that this is going to go anywhere. Anyways, topics that are frustrating me today. I have three. First one, coping with loss. How does anyone ever do it, right? I have been really grateful or blessed in my life that I haven't had to deal with a lot of loss until later in my life. My grandparents passed away when I was young, but because we were so far away from them in terms of like location, I wasn't ever super close to them. So their deaths, I didn't even really think about them that much. Like I don't know if that's horrible to say, but like, and it didn't feel like a big part of my life was missing. And I say that's a blessing, but in a lot of ways it was also a curse because really the first person that I lost that was really, really close to me was also my mom. And this was back in 2022. And when it happened, I I mean, my mom had been struggling with cancer for a really long time. And and so every time she would get diagnosed with cancer, I think we were just so used to this idea that she was just going to overcome it. And so even when she was placed on hospice, like in my head, I was just like I knew what hospice is, like I know what that is, but like I was still like not taking it seriously because I was like, she's beat this like 1,000 times, and then she didn't, and and it happened fast. Like I left for school because I go to school 4 hours away from home, and she was fine when I left, and then she stopped responding to my texts one day, and I knew something was wrong. So I just randomly made the drive up to go and see her. And when I got home, she was like nonverbal in bed, like she just couldn't communicate. And it wasn't many longer than I think 2 months after that that she ended up, or no, it was probably about a month later that she ended up passing away. And I didn't cry the first, you know, 3 months. I thought there was something wrong with me. I didn't cry. I avoided it completely. I didn't go home. I stayed in Houston where I go to school, and I just completely focused on my education and anything else that I could set my mind to, work or whatever else. And it's not to say I didn't crack a few times because I did, but I think like when I cracked, it was because I genuinely couldn't hold it back anymore. And then as soon as I could hold it back again, I just went back to keeping it inside. Anyways, I say all that because I feel like this last year I've really been dealing with the grief and the loss of it all, but I still don't know how to do that. Like, I still don't really know how to cope with the loss. Like, how do you go from having somebody in your life that you can count on and rely on 100%, like I had with my mom in the relationship that we had, to I don't have that anymore. And the other thing that sucks too is that, my mom was the center of the family. Like, she is the one who kept everyone together. And so when she passed away, it's I don't have a home base anymore. Like, I don't have a family to surround me, because our family broke apart when she passed away. So it's not only that I'm grieving the loss of her, it's also that I'm grieving the loss of my family in a lot of ways too. So that sucks. Um, yeah, and I'm trying to cope with all that. I would say alongside that, just because I'm now processing her death, I'm also processing my own morbidity. Because I'm 28, 27. Let me give myself some room. And genetically, I'm not set up to live long, like just because of like my conditions. Like I just have a lot of shit going on. And I knew that, and I've known that for a couple of years now. But even with that being said, like I don't think that I've really started to face it until I realized that my mom is gone, and that means that anyone is fair game to be gone, and that includes myself. And so I don't know how anyone ever copes with the idea of death. Like, I would say that the way that I feel about it now is very different than I felt about it 4 years ago. And I remember watching a video where somebody had said, like, death is like the elephant in the room, and eventually you have to address it. And as time goes on and as life goes on, like, it stops becoming as scary as it is. And I would say that that's true in the sense that I don't fear it like I did 4 years ago. But, like, the idea, I mean, I would consider myself a Christian. I grew up Mormon, but I'm not Mormon anymore any longer. And I would again say that I'm Christian. I feel like I'm pretty confident in that. But at the same time, like, I mean, nobody ever knows. You know, nobody ever really knows what happens when we die. It's like actually the one answer that we just don't have. And the idea that maybe there's nothing, or the idea that maybe there is something, but maybe I'm not deserving of it, and so then maybe I'm also going to be on the opposite end of it where I'm burning. I don't know, like, I my existence is turmoil. I feel like I don't know if I just plague myself with these things that maybe other people don't, or I don't know. I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's what's on my mind today. And again, just like last time, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. Um, so for the one person who watches, the one subscriber, uh, if you have any thoughts or any feedback or you have any suggestions, I'm open to it. And yeah, if you watched again, I appreciate it. I don't ever expect anyone to, but thank you so much. And I'll talk to you guys next time when I get the sleeplessness into needing to make a video combo. Thanks, guys.